of Bounds show driven by the GMC Sierra truck at Fowler Buick GMC in Brandon Pearl. ESPN 105.9 The Zone. We welcome in Hall of Famer Chipper Jones on the Miller Lite guest line, joining me and Matt Duff on the show. Chipper, good morning. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, guys. How are y'all?
Man, we're doing well. Just let us know how much better a hunter you are than Duff.
Easy now.
Well, I think the wall. I'm sitting here in my trophy room. I think the wall behind me kind of speaks for itself, you know. So maybe I'll send you all a picture of it one day. No, I think we work great together. Obviously, you know, our backgrounds in hunting are a little different, and I think we kind of mesh well because you know we grew up in different parts of the country, and you know maybe we do things a little differently here and there, but we're certainly open to each other's ideas, and you know whatever we can do. To be honest with you, you know the pressure to go out and get 16 episodes worth of content a year. The pressure on us is pretty high to lay down some great footage, you know, episode after episode. So we're excited about this year. We had a great season last year, and we got some great places lined up to hunt this year, and looking forward to September 1 getting here quickly.
Chipper Jones, Hall of Famer on the Miller Lite guest line. Chipper, Duff said that y'all had a really good year this past year. What'd you think?
We did. Obviously, Kansas was really good to us. Duff had a really cool hunt in New Mexico, knocking down a 7x8 bull, you know, that was called in to about 15 yards. Just some unbelievable footage. I think we had there was 4 of us hunting out there. We had 2 kills and 2 misses, but Kansas is always good to us. Quite a few hunts there. I killed a nice deer in Iowa. So yeah, those are the years that you live for. You know, but like I said, that's 7 or 8 kills. We got 16 episodes. So trying to spread those 7 kills out, 8 kills over you know, over 14, 15, 16 episodes is really what we're focused on.
Major League Bow Hunter with Chipper Jones and Matt Duff. Chipper joins us on the Miller Lite guest line. Duff's right beside me in studio. Duff's been fishing in Louisiana and going back, and Chipper calling the baseball game last. And Chipper, do you have the Braves and the Mets this weekend? Is that right?
I have the Braves twice on ESPN. I have them Friday afternoon at 4:00 on opening day for both teams, and then I have them Sunday night. Last night we did the Cubs and White Sox exhibition game in Chicago, and it was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, the remote setups. Me being here in Atlanta, Luke Sciambi being in New York, and Rick Sutcliffe being in San Diego. With the remote setups, it's a lot more difficult to call these games than being on site. You know, it's tougher for conversation to flow. It's tougher to, you know, to get analysis across and whatnot. And you know, it stinks because I'd much rather be in the ballpark. I mean, who wouldn't want to be at Citi Field
Sure.
on Friday afternoon watching Jacob deGrom and Mike Soroka go at it, you know, in a Braves Mets rivalry that dates back, you know, to my early playing days. So it stinks, but you know, this is what we have. You know, the players and coaches are having to make adjustments. Obviously, you know, the broadcasters and reporters are having to make adjustments as well. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, and hopefully the production will get better.
Well, I hate to put more pressure on you, Chip, but because there aren't any fans and there's not that kind of that ambiance at the field, the broadcasters, I mean, you guys are going to be, I mean, super duper important, more so, I think, because there is no crowd noise or that I guess they'll have organs and things going on with music, but any empty space during the broadcast, I mean, that's where you guys are going to have to step in because you don't have that interaction with the crowd noise or the boos or the cheers or whatever. So, it's really up to you guys to provide some entertainment as well,
Exactly. And I think, once we get into midseason flow and I've got the barbs, I'm throwing barbs at Boog Sciambi left and right. I got a couple of good. See, he
I was going to say I did good last night.
Right off the bat, saying that I had my Masters jacket on and whatnot. That was it's funny.
Green jacket out of nowhere.
Right. I thought I was the one who was going to get the first barb in, but he beat me to it right there in the opener. So. But that's the kind of dynamic that we have that I think people love. It doesn't, there were some awkward silences last night on the broadcast, which we have to work on. But again, with three guys, I think it would be easier with two guys. But with three guys, you're so hesitant to step on. If Boog sets us up with a question, you're hesitant to step on. I'm hesitant to step on Sutcliffe,
right.
and so we're just gonna have to smooth that. So hey, it's spring training for us too. We're gonna have to get it going before Friday afternoon.
Hall of Famer Chipper Jones on the Out of Bounds show. Chipper, before we let you go, more nervous first at bat as an Atlanta Brave or broadcast?
Oh, yeah, I would say first at bat. I think if I were on a broadcast talking about astrophysics, I would probably say broadcasting, but because I don't know anything about astrophysics. But obviously, this is my craft. This is what I've been doing since I was 6 or 7 years old, and I know the game, and I know how to communicate and get my point across. And I just hope that, people out there listening can appreciate it. I was not nervous last night per se because I was pretty well prepared. I enjoy the research part of this job and getting ready for it. And once I, write it down or read it, I got it, and hopefully that will come across on the telecast, and the telecast to come.
Hall of Famer, Major League Bowhunter, Chipper Jones on the Miller Lite guest line. Chipper, thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning.
My pleasure, guys. Don't let Duff, get long-winded. If he gets long-winded, you just got to cut him off. Right?
Look who's talking.
I love it. Thanks, Chipper.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys.
See it.
Hall of Famer Chipper Jones on the Miller Lite guest line. For Duff, this is 4 times a day. But for Blake Scott, who is over here going, holy hell, we just had Chipper Jones on the show. And for him,
that's incredible.
You just hung out with John Daly.
Yeah.
And now we just interviewed Chipper Jones.
Yeah. One of my baseball guys growing up, especially for people my age group and where I was regionally. But I mean, it was A-Rod at the Rangers for me, Chipper Jones at the Braves. I mean, those were
huge.
Some of the names that you said, like, hey, anybody knew that guy. You went out to the baseball field and it was like, can I hit like this guy?
Well, we got to go, but Duff's going to join us for our last segment, which is 23 minutes, which is good. But Drew Waters, number 4 prospect in the Atlanta Braves organization, sitting right where you were last year. I asked him, who's your favorite player growing up? Chipper Jones.
Really?
Jake Mangum, who played at Mississippi State, asked him the same thing, where you're sitting, Chipper Jones. And then Blake this morning was like, do you think we'll get Chipper Jones on? I said, man, if anybody can do it, Matt Duff can. We'll be back with the SEC Insider Hit, talking Major League Bowhunter and Major League Baseball. I'm actually going to bet on Major League Baseball this weekend for the first time in my life. That's how excited I am about getting live sports on our TV starting Thursday night. Matt Duff, Major League Bowhunter, joining us on the Coors Light guest line.
It ain't bragging if you can back it up.
Your business deserves better. Better internet, better phones, and better support. At C Spire Business, better is what we do best. With our business internet and phone bundles, you won't just get higher speeds, more reliability, and industry-leading VoIP phones. You'll get local experts who are there for you 24/7. So your business doesn't just run better, it is better. Find the best internet and phone bundle for your business at cspire.com/.